Hey, didn't see you there. Just doing my Saturday afternoon dancing. It's Saturday. We're dancing in my living room. Saturday. And we're dancing in my living room on Facebook Live because I don't care if people think I'm weird because I am weird. I am weird, 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 I am weird. Send me a memo if you like this type of live stream content on your Saturday. On your Saturday, I'm gonna make some weird stuff on the internet just for you to celebrate that it's warm outside. It's warm outside. It's warm outside. Grow up, Danny. Pickery third on a toy keyboard on a Saturday in June at 12:14 p.m. Grow up. What is up, Facebook? That idea just came to me while I had that countdown. It's like, what if it was like I got caught doing my Saturday afternoon dance? I don't know. Just being weird, experimenting. Actually, there we go. Right into the title right there. I said experimenting plus how to get a gig. Because those are two things I want to talk about today. And, Jimmy Neutron hair activated. Brain blast. Gotta get better lighting for that brain blast. Experimenting. It's been the theme of my life lately. And it's been really good. Really, really good. And shifting to focusing on experimenting has like opened me up. It's funny, I'm taking like comedy and improv classes, and if you know the first rule of improv is yes and, which is such an experimental philosophy where when you're on stage with somebody, when they say something, if they say there's a goat right there, you say yes, there is a goat, and the goat is on wheels. And I'm starting to adopt that philosophy for my whole life. And this week has been fun, making a lot of different videos and trying different stuff out. I've made lesson videos unlike I've ever made before. Wow, my hair really is crazy. I need a cool haircut soon. Although I do like the straight up kind of vibe. Look at that. Wow. I look like a villain in an anime. I look like an American guy villain in an anime. I'm American and I'm here to crush you guys in this volleyball tournament. Part of my psychotic brain was like, let's do the countdown video again. But no, what I do want to show, so gosh, how do I formulate all my thoughts? I'm so energized. Maybe I shouldn't drink 10 gallons of coffee before I go live in the afternoon. What was I going to say? This week, I have experimented a lot. I've made a bunch of videos with strangers where I've asked them to be part of it in different ways. I've made lesson videos. I have uploaded videos from my stand-up performance from the open mic from the other day. I guess those are with videos, those are the main ways I've experimented. Even just going to the open mic was an experiment. And I made a video with Jameson yesterday when we were hanging out rehearsing music. Shout out to Jameson. Actually, the second half of this is inspired by a conversation we had. He is a really awesome, insightful dude, and he's an experimenter too. And it's really fun to talk with him because he is curious about getting new results and getting good results, and always inspires me to look in that direction. So I want to share that in the spirit of experimentation. I was like, yo, Jameson, do you want to look at some of my videos together and look at this watch time retention graph and look at where people are dropping off and brainstorm some possibilities as to why they're dropping off. So we watched this video that I thought was really good. Check it out.
Creativity is simple. All you need to do is have an idea and just execute your idea. Don't try to be perfect.
I'm actually going to stop right there because let me see if I can turn my mic on. In those scenes I just stopped on, there was a drop off in that scene change from the one where I'm real close to the mic to the one where I'm hanging on the fence. We'll watch right there. I'm going to actually leave the mic on.
Creativity is simple. All you need to do is have an idea and just execute
huge drop
your
off
idea.
right there. Right there, there was a huge drop off. And so Jameson and I are looking at it. We're like, what could that be? So I want you to watch again. And here's where my mind went is I was like, well, let's try and change one thing. So if we watch again, notice how dark my face is and just the scene is overall, like the lighting of those two scenes.
Creativity is simple. All you need to do is have an idea and just execute your idea.
And then really dark right there.
Don't try to be perfect.
So I said, in the spirit of experimentation and in the spirit of knowing that the data doesn't lie, knowing that YouTube showed me right at that transition, people dropped off, and thinking, I don't know if it's what I said. I don't know if it's the angles. It seems like it's interesting, but maybe psychologically on a very small level, that dark camera, the darkness, the not being able to see my face fully had people drop off. So I went back to the video and I edited it and I made a new version of the video where I changed two things. I brightened up those two scenes. Oh, I guess I changed three things. I brightened up those two scenes. I added some transition elements to make it a little more visually interesting. And I shaved off a few milliseconds here and there in some of the scenes to make it from a 19-second video to an 18-second video. I'm going to play both of them. And I just want us to see the difference. And honestly, it's going to seem almost identical, but I haven't uploaded this new version yet, but I'm excited that I'm just experimenting. And it's like, I thought this video had the potential to go viral and it did not. And there's where people dropped off is at the 3 to 5 second mark. So let me change some stuff at that time and see if that makes a difference. So let's just watch both of them. Why not? Nobody's here anyways. I'm talking to no one. I'm talking to the wall essentially right now. Hello, wall.
Creativity is simple. All you need to do is have an idea and just execute your idea. Don't try to be perfect. Focus on experimentation.
Different isn't always better,
but better is always different.
So next time you feel stuck, remember.
So that's the one I had uploaded. And now I've edited it. I haven't uploaded this new one yet, but it's almost identical. I've changed just a couple things. Let's watch this one.
Creativity is simple. All you need to do is have an idea and just
look at how bright that one is.
Idea.
And the transition. That one's brighter too.
Perfect. Focus on experimentation.
Different isn't always better,
but better is always different.
So next time you feel stuck, remember.
So there we go. Very small change. You might not have even seen it, but in the spirit of experimentation never fails, in the spirit of not looking at, oh, that video didn't go viral, that video was a failure, but being curious and going, what about this video might not have worked? And just focusing on being different. It's like, and using the tools available to me. The data said people left on that second and third scene. What if it's simple? What if it's the lighting sucked in those scenes? So let me change the lighting. And I don't know when I'm going to re-upload it because I want to give it a little bit of space. But just spending 10 minutes to change it, I don't know. Maybe I'll re-upload it and it'll all of a sudden get 30,000 views. Also, I'm asking myself, maybe this like creativity thing is not what people are looking for. Or maybe put another way here's what I think, and I could be pushed to be wrong, is people don't realize they're looking for that. Because I see people come to me with questions about creativity a lot. But I was doing some research on YouTube tag words yesterday, and I realized nobody's typing into YouTube how to be creative. My program I have told me nobody's doing that. So I guess, well, let me wrap this up before I transition to talking about what I'm thinking about finding your audience. But I'm just excited to re-upload that video with those changes and see if anything happens. I also realized the thumbnail I had, I screwed up and I had a thumbnail that's just a picture of me. It doesn't really not incite or arouse curiosity, I guess. It doesn't create I want to click on this. Like, what is going on here? It's just a dude. It's just me, just some guy. Yeah. And so I am excited about experimenting with that. And I'm excited about continuing to just look at the videos I make. And it seems like to get a viral video, especially a short, but any video, watch time is the metric. Like getting people to click on it and then getting people to watch the whole thing is what gets the algorithm to send it to more people. And it looks like a lot of my videos, about half the people who click on them click away right away. So I need to, in that first 2 seconds, get people to watch more. And I guess in the experimentation, I'm excited about this. I saw this thing where this guy was saying he was showing these guys videos that are hyper viral and talking about what the guy's doing. And he was like, well, he opened up this video with text. And he's like, text right at the beginning forces people to read. And they start actively watching. And then he does cuts every 2 seconds. I guess in the first 60 seconds of this guy's video, he had like 27 cuts or something. I don't know, whatever. I think it averaged out to every 2.1 seconds he had a cut. It's like, cool. Like, that's something to try. That's something, instead of going, oh, that's not what I do. That's not what I'm doing. Oh, it's unfair. The algorithm hates me. It's an opportunity to go, I could do a cut every 2 seconds. Let me brainstorm what kind of videos I would make that would have a cut every 2 seconds. Let me brainstorm video ideas that start with text at the front end. What could I put? What kind of text could I put at the beginning that would get somebody to read and then jump in? And then the other element he was talking about is great storytelling and then getting an emotional result from people. They were even saying, like, he said, one exercise you could do, which I've never thought about, is what do I want the comments on this video to say? Where I want to make this video in such a way that people are emotionally moved so much that they comment something like blank. And just thinking out loud, it could be like, for me, just thinking about my skills and what I have to offer is like, I guess I have a lot of videos where people will comment LOL or OMG, like some sort of LMAO, LOL, ha 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 ha, that's hilarious. And kind of leaning into that, it's like I could watch the video and ask myself, would I comment, would I be so moved by this that I would comment something LOL? Maybe I can play a video where I really show off my piano playing skills and do it in a way where people go, oh, that was beautiful, or wow, you're a wizard at the keys. Or I could do something that's creative and insightful and with the goal of getting people to comment, that was so creative, or I'm inspired by that. And that's just, I guess, experimentation. That's a train of thought I have never gone down. What's up, Stormy Ant? Thanks for hanging out. I'm sorry you had a mental breakdown last night. I would encourage you to not say it doesn't matter. And I remember our conversation before, and I know you weren't agreeing with my philosophy before, but I will tell you that I do think loving yourself is the first step to achieving greatness and achieving great things. And if you're feeling lonely and disliked, learn to enjoy your own company and learn to like yourself. I have spent a lot of time feeling lonely and disliked, and it wasn't until recently when I started to choose to not just like myself, but love myself, that I've been able to move forward in a big way. I've been able to be more productive, be more empowering, insightful, build more community from starting with, I love myself. And I love myself enough to X, Y, or Z, which could be anything. It depends on where you're at. Sometimes it's I love myself enough. Yeah, well, I hear you on that too. It's hard, man. It's hard to find people. It can be hard, but it does start with you. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you for coming back. Okay, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I guess just like I'm excited to experiment. I feel like this Experiments Never Fail book has helped me let go of some ego and go and be curious about new information and just like, I think I've got this new idea of like, don't try to be better, just focus on being different. And when new information comes in, I haven't immediately been like, that's better, that's worse, that's good, that's bad. It's just been new information. Go, okay, do I want to try that? Do I want to see what happens when I use this? Like the guy said in the video, one thing that I was like, wow, I never thought of that. He said, start your video with text and like 2 seconds of text and then go into it. It's like, well, what could I do? I just thought about maybe have a video that there's like text on the screen that's like evocative, and then it cuts to me playing piano and singing. I got my song "She's an Angel," We're Just Friends, and it could be like, it could have text pop up on the screen that says, "Let's talk about heartbreak," and then it cuts to me playing the chorus of the song. That might get people to read that text and go, "Oh, we're going to talk about heartbreak," and then they hear my song, this very relatable song about lost love, about unrequited love. And that might get people to go, "Oh, wow, like I know this," and be moved by this, be emotionally moved by the song, get invested in the story instead of just playing the song. Because that's something that I always just felt stuck on is like, how do I post a video of me playing keyboard and singing, or just playing keyboard? Because I'm just another guy on the internet playing keyboard. I'm just another guy on the internet singing. It's like, well, maybe some of these techniques I can learn from these people who have viral videos. I can just try one and see if it works for me, see if I get better results, see if see what the metrics say when I change stuff. And another thing I wanted to talk about is experimenting with learning who my audience is. One of the things that a lot of these videos about how to make viral videos talked about was really deeply know who your audience is. And they were saying it in a way that was like get like insane and neurotic about it. And I was talking with J Momo Jameson about this yesterday, and he was like, "Yep." He's like, he totally agreed. And not that he's making viral videos, but he's making marketing videos and advertisements. And he is seeing success from getting deeper and deeper into that. And that is something that when I heard that years ago, it still stresses me out. I still sit down and try to write down who I think my audience is, and it stresses me out. It's really hard to make. I'm scared of making a declaration about my audience and being wrong. But they're saying like, no, get real granular. What time do they wake up? Do they have breakfast? What do they have for breakfast? Are they coffee drinkers? Is it black coffee or with cream? What jobs do they have? Where do they live? How old are they? Are they guys or girls? What kind of clothes do they wear? What music do they listen to? What activities do they do on the weekend? Do they go to church? Do they play church? And just like the more of these questions I can confidently answer, the more I can get inside my audience's head and ask myself, when they get on YouTube, what are they doing? Are they there because they worked an 8-hour job they don't like and they just want to watch funny videos? Or are they trying to learn more about how to improvise on the piano? Or are they looking for tips on creativity? Or do they need motivation? And I think I don't know the answers to these, and I'm bold enough, I guess, to be able to say, I don't know the answers to these, but I'm going to experiment with different answers. I'm going to experiment with different videos and see what people are responding to. Because I'm thinking, like, I feel like the three things that I'm really moved by and that I'm currently offering when I'm just making the videos that I want to make are being fun and goofy and relatable. It's kind of like personality type videos where it's like, wow, Danny went to the park and was crazy in front of people, and that's like so fun, and I want to be fun like that. That's one category. Another category is like useful nuggets of wisdom, either directly related to music or just related to being creative and being a person. And then the third one is, what was I going to say? What was the third one? Like being inspiring, either through like playing my tail end off on the piano, or being emotionally moving with a song, or being brave enough to go talk to a stranger to inspire people to be brave in their own lives. Those are kind of the three things I'm doing right now. And I guess I'm wanting to be brave enough to step into the question of, well, who is my audience and what are they looking for? And how does what I want to do line up? Who does that line up with? And what are they looking for? So yeah, okay, cool. This second part, I don't know, I put this up here, how to get a gig, because I'm experimenting with who my audience is. And I know that a lot of the people who are regular viewers of my stream, who I look at the people who click like on a lot of stuff I do, I know a lot of them are musicians who are not playing music on a level they want to be playing it at. And in an effort to serve my audience in a big way, I just thought it might be good to talk about. It's like, well, how do you get a gig? I had somebody ask me this the other day, and Jameson told me he had somebody ask him this the other day. So there's people who don't know how to get a gig who want to know how to get a gig. So first of all, I'll say there's not one formula to getting a gig. It can look different for everybody's story to how they got their gigs and how they get what gigs they want looks different. But what I would recommend to anybody who doesn't have a gig and wants a gig is go to where the music is at in your city. And I don't care where you live. You can live in a farm town. There is music happening somewhere. So a Google search will help you figure that out. And if you can find a place where it's like a community thing, like a jam or an open mic or something, go there and embrace the weird, awkward uncomfortableness. Embrace the fear that you're going to suck. Embrace all of the weirdness about it is going to be there, and it's going to be real, and it's going to feel scary. But if you show up, if you shake people's hands, if you smile, if you're curious about people, hey, what's your name? Oh, you play saxophone? How long have you been playing saxophone? Did you go to school for that? Oh, what was that like? So do you play in any bands right now? What's your favorite? Do you have any fun gigs coming up? Which one are you looking forward to? What part of town are you in? And just being curious and not like, oh, we got a jam. Oh, here's what I do. But just like really learning about the people, the other musicians and what they want and what they're doing. And, maybe if you're less experienced, be like, hey, I'm struggling with practicing X. How do you, and you seem to have that together. What did you do to get that together? I was at a jam maybe a month ago, and this 21-year-old kid, it was so awesome because sometimes I play at jams and the younger guys, the people in their early 20s, they are afraid to talk to me. It's like, oh, he's so good. And it's like, I don't want to be put on a pedestal. Like, I'm just a guy like you guys. I've just been doing this longer than you. I've just literally been on this earth tens of thousands of more hours than you. So I've had more time to get good at music. And this 21-year-old guy, I can't remember his name, but he was like, man, how do you get in wedding bands? He's like, what should I do? And he had all these like very specific questions that endeared me to him. I was like, oh, I like this guy. This guy's cool. This guy, I felt confident that he's going to be successful because he was able to just like see me as a person and ask me questions and try to get in my world a little bit, which opened up for me to get in his world. So yeah, if you want to get a gig, there's a million different ways to do it. You can send emails, you can make videos. There's lots of stuff, but the simplest way to know what the next step to get a gig is go to where the music is happening. There's people playing music somewhere, show up. And then ask them where they're playing and show up again. Because even if you're not very good, like let's say you play drums and you're a beginner, you're not very good. If the other drummers in town are eventually going to need to sub out gigs and they have their first call, their second call, their third call, and you might be their 10th call on their list, but 10th call is still on the list. If you're just at home saying, oh, I don't have a gig, I don't have anyone to play with, nobody's going to call you. But I've been in situations where I double booked myself or had to sub out a gig or got offered a gig I couldn't do. And I was like reaching out to other keyboard players, and I didn't get somebody on the gig until I reached out to 7 or 8 different keyboard players. So even if you're like, oh, I suck, I'm no good, like just show up and you'll be on the list. And sometimes I get offered gigs that like I really don't want to do. And I know other keyboard players of my caliber, of my level of expertise don't want to do either, but maybe a 19-year-old would love to do. So it's like somebody might call me. It's like, hey, can you play for 2 hours at this thing for $30? It's like, no, I'm not going to do that. But if I know some of these 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old keyboard players, or even somebody older who's less experienced who is just trying to get paid to play music, period, I'm ecstatic to throw that their way. Yeah, experiments never fail. I guess I'm continuing this experiment of offering CDs at the end of the live stream. Venmo me, which is actually Venmo, but it's Venmo, $10 or more, and I will either hand deliver or ship you one of my CDs. I've got these 2 CDs. They're really, really good. Support what you like or it goes away. If you're enjoying the stream, if you send me money, it will help me continue to do these streams and make them more than what they are just now, And then I also do creativity life coaching. So if you want to be more creative, if you want to break through of any roadblocks holding you back mentally, I am here to have a conversation about how we can do that. So send me a message or give me a call if you're interested in that, and we can see if we can set that up. So otherwise, love you guys. I'm going to go on a run. I've run, I think, 3 or 4 times this week, which is really awesome. But yeah, seize the day. We got summer's only Chicago. Nice weather is only half the year. So I got to go out there and capitalize on it while I can. So cool. All right, guys. Have a great day. Happy Saturday. Bye.